So as part of the Reduce Your Use campaign, we've identified 2 buildings in the Callan Thomastown area. One is an old type building built in the 1800s, the Callan Area Office, and the second is a more recent constructed building, the Thomastown Area Office. So the objective of the Reduce Your Use campaign is to achieve a 15% energy reduction in both buildings. So Callan Area Office has many challenges as it was built in the 1840s. This type of building has solid stone walls, old sash windows, inadequate insulation, has an ageing boiler. Thomastown Area Office is a more environmentally friendly building. It has electrical storage heaters, but again has many challenges with regards old light fittings, and some of the heaters are in need of upgrade. In order to achieve the 15% energy reduction in Callan, we're going to carry out the following measures. So number 1, we're looking to train the staff on energy saving awareness throughout the office. 2, we want to upgrade the light fittings to a more efficient LED fitting. 3, reduction of heating. Example, we're going to switch off the heating at weekends, reduce the overall running hours, and switch off zones not in use around the offices. In order to achieve a reduction in energy use in the Thomastown Area Office, we're going to implement a number of behavioural changes rather than investment, unlike the Callan project. Changes such as 1, reduce temperatures of the radiators to 19 degrees. 2, switching off radiators in rooms that are not in use during the day. And finally, installing a time clock for the external lighting, so lights are set to a particular time rather than being on all night. So these simple measures do not require any significant investment by the local authority. In fact, awareness does not cost anything at all. It's getting people to think about how much energy they're using and how much that can be saved.
So my role in the Reduce Your Use campaign is to verify the savings completed in the Thomastown and Callan Area Office. So for Thomastown, no investment has been made. So we've been looking at the behavioural change and the savings made by the staff by reducing the amount of light that we're using, reducing the temperature of the heaters, as well as having a better controls on the electrical equipment. So for Callan, investment has been made on the heating system and on the lighting system halfway through the project. So we've been able to look at the behavioural change for the first period and the savings made by the investment for the second period. So the savings in Thomastown were calculated using the electricity meter readings. So we've been looking at the meter readings for the period between November and March and been able to compare the consumption with the consumption for the previous 3 years. In Callan, we couldn't use the same methodology than for Thomastown, as they have an oil boiler and then after they have the electricity meter. So we had to look at both systems separately. For the oil, we've been looking at the overall consumption for the last 3 years, and then after for the period of the program, been looking at the consumption, like I suppose, variation in the quantity of fuel in the tank, using I suppose just dipping the tank on a regular basis. In terms of the electricity, we've been looking at the electricity meter readings, plus we've been looking at the done a calculation on the comparing the lighting pre and post replacement. Based on the calculation we've done for Thomastown Area Office, we observed that a reduction of the energy consumption by 11%, and those were completed or were done by little or no investment and only through a behavioral change. Right. With little investments, the 26% reduction in energy consumption in Callan Area Office has been quite impressive and exceeded our expectation, and the project overall has been a success. Through the Reduce Your Use campaign, the target is a 15% reduction. For both sides of Callan and Thomastown, we observed a 24% reduction of our consumption. This equates to a reduction of the financial reduction of €5,000 per annum, and a reduction of our CO2 emissions by 9.5 tons CO2.
There's been a lot of learnings from this Reduce Your Use campaign, and by showing that in behavioural change alone we can reduce our emissions without any investment. And with a small investment like we did in the Callan Area Office, we can see this investment returned in little over 2 years. Kilkenny County Council has over 100 buildings in the organisation, and with a little bit of investment and behavioural change we can easily achieve that 50% reduction in the CO2 emissions by 2030, which will be in line with national policy and our own climate action plan.